Hey YouTube, zCGUniQue here, just bringing you a tutorial video on Cinema 4D, Adobe After Effects and Sony Vegas Pro 10. Now this is going to be a 3-part tutorial. This is part 1, this is in Cinema 4D, and then we'll have part 2 in Adobe After Effects to add, you know, flares and fire or smoke or whatever you want. And then we'll have Sony Vegas to patch it all together and fix it up with some music and sound effects. Anyway, so on we go. Basically what we're going to be doing today is we're going to be making an intro somewhat like this. Yeah, anyway, so on we go to Cinema 4D. Okay, so we want to go up here and go to your render settings. We want to go to make sure generals are full render, go to output and go down to film and video, and you want to go to the HD 720 25 frames per second preset and make sure it's 1280 by 720 because that's the YouTube size. Frame range, go all frames. Save, you want to put QuickTime Movie, or if you don't have QuickTime Player then use AVI, but QuickTime's a bit better. So then name it what you want, so I'll call this subs intro, and then press this button to decide where you want it to go. Okay, my desktop's lagging a bit. It's because I'm using Camtasia. I've also got Photoshop open as well, so yeah, it's lagging a little bit. Sorry about this, guys. There we go. Basically, yeah, sorry about that. Basically, we just want to save it to your desktop. That's where I'm going to save it. Uncheck alpha channel, but yours won't be checked anyway, but mine always is for some reason. Make that best and animation 1x1, 4x4, and leave all of that as it is. Now if you have a computer that is capable of, you know, rendering really quickly, or if you don't mind waiting for a bit, add global illumination. It just gives it that really realistic reflection type thing. But as this is just a tutorial video, I'm not going to do anything too amazing. Just gonna literally just show you how to add text, animate the text, add light, animate the camera, and then do some effects in Adobe After Effects. Anyway, so on we go to MoGraph text, and we add the text object, then call it what you want. No, I won't call it zCG, I'll call it, oh yeah, whatever, just call it zCG subs, because it is for you subs and viewers out there. Anyway, so we'll change it to, you see what I just did there, depth, change it to about 40, just gives it a bit of 3D depth kind of effect. You can't really see it right now, but I'll show you that in a bit. Anyway, go to caps and add a fillet cap and another fillet cap. You can change the radius if you want, just makes it a bit bigger, a bit chunkier, but I'll stick with 6 and leave it on 1, and leave that one on 1 as well. Just think it looks alright at 1. Then choose your font. I have a lot of fonts in my font collection area, if you wanted to call it that, I don't know. But I'm going to use this text. I just love this text, it just looks really nice. Yes, so basically now what we're going to do is we're going to go down here. Right, pretend they're not there, sorry about that. Just delete them, that's what we'll get in the end though. Alright, so you double click and then you double click again on the shape, and then it will bring up this window here. When it's brought up this window, you want to click on here twice and drag along till you find the desired colour. So I'm going to go for a nice orange type gold, if you could call it gold. Anyway, then go to transparency and tick the box, then put the brightness, no, not bright, sorry, transparency, what am I on about, guys, sorry about that. Go to reflection and bring that down to about 10 or 12%, and then go to Fresnel or Fresnel. I call it Fresnel, but I don't know. I don't really know what this name is. And dragged Fresnel or Fresnel down to about 48%. Just gives it a bit more of a realistic kind of reflection type thing. So anyway, drag that over until a little down arrow appears, and drag that on. Now double click again, or if you're feeling lazy like I am myself, hold control, drag across till an arrow and a white line appears, then just let go. And then you can just change the colour via that. So doing kind of grey, light grey colour for me. Just gonna turn down the reflection a little bit, just so it's not as bright, or as reflective rather. Drag again, same arrow pops up, move those round so the orange is at the front, then select your orange so the white box appear around it, and hold shift and do C1, so it's a capital C and a 1, so that basically it goes onto the front like so, so that when you render that, it gives off this really nice kind of separation between the grey and the orange there. Just gonna change the colour of my orange a little bit, it's a bit too bright, so just make it a bit of a dark orange. Let's make it a bit darker again. I know this is only a tutorial, but I really don't like that yellow, it just looks a bit tacky, a bit yucky. Anyway, so we've got your text now, looking good, looking nice, pretty good. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to hold down there and add a light. Go to the top right here and bring out this window, and then basically what I do is I drag it right back and find out where it is, drag it across the middle, drag it a bit further back, and then I drag it up to about 280ish, and then go back onto this, and then because it's maybe a little bit bright, I just turn the brightness down a little bit, and then I always add another light, but I put this one roughly in the middle. Sorry about that. Roughly in the middle. Move it back a bit so there's just a bit of back reflection, and turn this one down to about 60, 62 again. So that when we render it out, you see it's got this kind of nice reflection going on here, on the back and on the front. So it's starting to look alright. But basically now what we want to do is we're going to now split this off into two by holding control and dragging down, and then we're going to, on the first one here, on just text object, we're going to select the subs bit, we're going to remove it, and then on the bit below we're going to select the underscore zCG bit and remove it, so that you will get this big mess to start with, but don't worry guys, just drag this across so it ends up there in the same place, because now what we're going to do is we're going to animate this to roll in on the intro so at the start, so that you get that kind of nice professional kind of looking intro. Okay, so if we hold shift and highlight both of those, we're going to add a keyframe on 0 frames here, and then drag this until it goes orange. Just click and hold and drag this all the way to the end of your timeline, so that basically that is what your text is going to be at the end of, you know, when it's done its animation, that's what it's going to end up looking like. So when it's rolled in, it's going to come back to this position here. So anyway, on 0 frames still, but with your thing at 90, with your keyframe at 90, what you want to do is you want to select the rotation tool up here, and you want to hold down and hold shift and spin it. I'd say roughly about 350, 360. Then maybe add a bit of sideways, maybe a little bit more tilt, and then just literally drag it away. Drag it up and out the way over there, and then add a keyframe, so that now when we play it, you should see the text comes rolling in right there, and it's looking quite good. We look better when we add the other one, but yeah, we've got that effect going on now, so you see it's there and it's not. So anyway, select your subs, do the same thing. I'm not going to do any rotation this time. I think too much rotation looks a bit tacky. So I'm going to come from the bottom and I'm going to just drag it down so that it comes out from the ground as if, and that's with it on 0 and with your keyframe at 90 obviously, and then you set a keyframe here so that when we watch it through you get this nice effect here with the text coming together, and obviously add some effects in the actual video. You could add a spark when they connect there, you could add a spark or whatever, but yeah, anyway, for the purpose of this tutorial I'm only going to keep it at about 120 frames, but I mean feel free to make it as many as you want. You can make it I don't know, however many you wanted really, but for the purposes of this tutorial I'm just going to keep it 120. And now what I'm going to do is just literally add a camera by going to the light tool and holding down and selecting the camera. Now you see this box here, yeah, you want to click that till it goes white, so just click it once and then you see now there was a green box, but there's no green box. That just literally means that you're being the camera. See, that's what the camera's seeing through there, but if I click that, that's what I am now the camera, instead of seeing what the camera sees, because you can just see there, that's the camera there, but then if I click this box it brings me straight back to where the camera is seeing, not you looking at the camera. So what we want to do is we want to go to 0 frames, and I'd say add a keyframe there and then go to about 90 where your text meets, and you could maybe, I don't know, drag it down and up, like so, give it a kind of effect like that. But all I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to here and I'm just going to push it up a little bit and zoom it in a little bit, not too much, just a tad, just so that it's a bit bigger, so that you then add a keyframe there, so that during the video the camera stays still, but as the text comes up it gradually moves forward toward the text, with the actual text itself. But I'm going to make that effect more dramatic by moving the keyframe like I just did from 90. I'm going to move that keyframe we just done, I'm going to move it to 120, so that basically it's still moving even after the text is settled down. Okay guys, so pretty much that's it for this part. We've got lights, we've got our text, we've got our colours, materials, we've got 3D, we've got everything you need really, camera. Just this is really basic guys. I'll make more complicated tutorials later on, but yes, so I'll see you in the next tutorial video. Please rate, comment, subscribe, give it a thumbs up, check out my channel, Nation's channel, JR's channel, Reeps' channel, Hectic's channel, everybody's channel. Just check out our whole zCG clan channels. Yeah, let me know what you think and I will see you next video. Peace.